Good morning, all. Welcome to Azure Talks. So today we are in the fresh day to start with the Azure. People were asking about the Azure SQL, Azure, what is the difference and how it works. So hope you can see my screen and welcome again. Today we are going to talk about the SQL, Microsoft SQL and Azure SQL. What is the difference? How it works? So the basic difference I will just tell you that in the terms of obviously there are many difference, but major difference if you see, MS SQL is called MS SQL and the Azure SQL is called Azure SQL. The other difference is when we back up the file, it will be in a BAC format. That's the important thing which I want to discuss. Obviously, nomenclature is the difference, but the other difference is this. Now, when we talk about the Azure SQL, you guys are already aware that they are into a backpack file. They are into a BAK format. Okay, so that's the major difference. There are many other differences, but I'm not discussing that. You can read it all over Google or Bing. But let me show you, get into quick action that how you can actually create a perfect SQL server and a demo database, and then try to restore a backpack file. And also, I will show you that how you can connect it to the SQL Management Studio, basically SSMS. Okay, so the first task is to get on the database. I will look for Azure database. So I will just say Azure database, and then uh, once this comes up, Azure database, it is MySQL. Okay, let me go to all services and look for SQL databases. So these are the SQL database. In Azure, definitely you can have MySQL and other databases also. Even you can have a SQL server with a virtual machine on which you have the SQL server. So that's a different story. Okay, that's in Microsoft SQL on Azure, but over here we are talking about the Azure SQL. So this is the Azure SQL. What we will do, we will try to create a resource. I will click on the uh, create SQL databases. To create a database, first a database server need to be created. So first thing is need to create a new SQL new resources. So I will say SQL RG, that is resource group, and then say OK. Now this is done. This will be more on creating a database name. So I will just say I'm creating an SQL demo SQL. Okay, and then it will ask me about this is the database name. Okay, so you can make it as Azure Talks DB, or maybe demo DB. Okay, so this is created, but the server is not created. So we will create the server now by clicking on this. See, look at the server name with having the extension. So this is to be kept in mind. I will just quickly create the database server as XY AZ365 XYZ. Let me see if it is available. Mostly it should be available because this is my domain. SQL server SQL admin login. So I will make it as SQL admin, and the password would be my favorite, which I am already typing it. We have to re-enter it. Okay, and then I will make it my favorite zone as East. Your subscription does not have access to create a server in the selected region for the latest information about the region. Okay, so it might be a case an issue. So let me choose another zone. Yes, so this is available. I will just say okay. Okay, so I don't want to use or demo the Elastic pool right now. I will just make it as is, and the configuration of the database, I will make it it is general purpose. I will make it very less usage. Um, I will go for very less MB, and then okay, it is showing Gen 5, so I will make it as it is generation 5 80 core 80 CPU. I will not go for this. I will go for the there should be a lower series, but I'm not sure why it is not showing. Let me change the configuration. Compute optimize. No, it is not showing me right now. So no problem. We will change it later. Hyperscale business. I will make it as a basic one. That's what I was looking for. So this is the basic one, 50 GB. Maybe 50 GB. Okay, so I will make it a apply. And then this is the 500 MB storage, basic one. So no cost, no much on the cost. And then I will say not geo redundant. Let it be a locally redundant on the backup size, not on the geo. Geo we will understand later on. Go for the networking. I will say no access, or you can have the private endpoints. So right now I will make it a public endpoint and then go for the security. I will say I don't want the defender now and say next. Okay, so this is existing data. I'm saying no, no backup, no single. I'm not configuring anything. I will just say next and go for the tags. Tags, I have already given you details that tags are very important on the costing front. So right now, I don't want to use it. I will just create, review and create. Okay, so this is my local pricing for per month, and I will just say create it. So creation might take some time. In the meantime, what we will do, we will try to get the SSMS. Yeah, so we have already we have the SSMS, and we will put the Dynamics 3. We will put the server name as AZ365 XYZ, and then it was mm, okay. Let me duplicate it. I need to check the database name. It should be followed by the backpack. A backpack file is the database. It should be followed by database.windows.net. Give me a minute. I'm just searching for it. Yeah, so it is getting created. You can also use the so there are different number of options to be. Yes, I got it. It should be dot database dot windows dot net. So the should be like this. Here it should followed by the DB name. Okay, so DB name I have already given, and the format is this. I'll just go ahead and copy this in my SSMS. Hope you can see still, and say this. Okay, so SQL admin was SQL. I will just say remember password, and I will try to enter. Okay, so over here it will try to connect on the PC, or if I go and click on the IP which is there. So let me see if it is getting connected. Try to sign in. Okay, so it will look for the Microsoft ID, and I will just talk about the correct ID, which is UP at the rate X. Z365 dot XYZ. I'll say next. So in the backend, what will happen is it will sign in and whitelist the IP. Okay, so I have already MFA enabled. It is showing me to enter third 72. I will just do it. Yeah, so it got verified, and this IP will be added in my firewall. I will show that as well. So give me some time. Let me see if it is created. Yes, it has been created. It should get passed. Then go to all services, look for the database. It is already created. Okay, so yeah, let me check it was added or not. So it is not added. I will just quickly. So if you come here, you will see a client IP is already there. So I will just say quickly add up. Okay, and then save it. And then I will go to this. Yeah, it is already done and say okay. So it is also adding. I have also added it. Now it will go through. Okay, so now it is connected. So now it is trying to expand. I don't have any backup. So I have so basically I have created a demo websites demo one of the demo Azure SQL. So it is there. What happens? I want to store if I want to get a new one. So I will just try to browse it and restore it. So let me rename this first. Let me rename to org. So org means original. Org. And I will just say yes. Same way, I have the demo was about to show you that how we can actually restore a backpack file. So it is just taking time to register org. Yeah, it is done. And then I will just say refresh it. Once this is done, I will just say right click and okay on the database, right click and import a database tier application. Okay, so I'll just say yes and click next. Import from the local disk. Yes, I will go to the local disk and say if I have any package. So I have my demo database, which is about 32 KB. I will just say open it. Okay, so also there is a mechanism wherein you can actually import it from the Windows Azure account. That means if you are connected to the Azure account sign in, you will be able to directly upload it over here. So I will just show this as well, but let me import it first from the local disk. So this is from the local disk, and this is the server which is going to be connected. This is the name of the database. So I was knowing that I already have this Azure Talks demo database, so I have renamed the original database, and then it is showing me, it is asking me to select what DB should be created. So it is standard, and this is 250 GB. So this is a very high pricing tier. So I will make it as basic. Go to basic and I will make it as zero point 0.5. Okay, so that our cost is saved. So I think it should be like this. No, okay, I will make it one. Yeah. Okay, so over here it was taking 1 GB least from the front end. We can go up to 500 MB. So it goes next, and I will say finish. Okay, so what will happen is it will try to uh, try to create the deployment plan, initialize deployment, and it will import. So while it is importing, we will try to pause this video. Okay, so you can see now that it is trying to import after creating the deployment plan. Okay, so I think this will be done within a few seconds. Okay, so our next course of action was to do it from the storage. So in the meantime, it is happening, a restore is happening. What I will do, let's otherwise this will the video will be get longer, so I don't want to get into that. So I will just create a quickly storage account and then say my resource group should remain as SQL and then storage name as demo Azure Talks demo storage account. Okay, and I will make it as standard, not needed right now. Locally redundant storage. So we will understand in depth if we are if there is a request, what is hot, cold, and all. So I'll just say networking, data protection, and say next. Try to make it work on a validation passed. Okay, so again, understanding the complete storage is again a new topic, and it will enforce at least 15 to 30 minutes of the time, or maybe 1 hour class. So I'm not going to explain that, but right now I'm creating because I want to demo that how this file can be taken, how we can export that file to the database, and then go for all those things. Okay, so this is done. If you see, this is completely done, and then we will go for closing the. Okay, so I think it is getting deployed. In the meantime, we will go to the duplicate. Okay, and try to see. Okay, so this has been exported over here. We will just expand it. Basically, we got the database over here, which we just tried to restore. Now, the question is, I need to get this database in the into my storage account. So I will just try to export it. I think this is yes created. So I will just say um, task. I think the system is slow a little bit. Go task and try to export the data. Okay, so while exporting, you have both the location, just you can save it on the disk basically, but I want to show you how you can connect to Azure account and look for the um, correct storage account. It is signing up, it got signed up and it is looking for the storage account. So it is showing me that it does not have the storage account. This is not possible. Yeah, we created this recently. Now, right now, now it is saying that there is no blob container. So we will quickly go ahead, go back to this, go to the resources and try to create a blob storage. So there are containers and all those. So we'll go to the blob service and try to create a container like DB. Okay, so it has been already taken. So maybe uh, demo DB. Okay, and say make it as a container, and then yeah, so that is okay. It has been created. We will go back to SSMS again and try to see if that exists. Okay, so no problem. We will go to the right click of the database and say export data tier. Okay, so while we export and go to the account, sign in, and it should show up my last use account. and it should come up with the proper demo storage account and then followed by the container. I will just say OK, and again it will ask me, and then it will be stored like this. Okay, so I will say next and finish. Okay, so this will take some time, but it should be done very quickly. Okay, so what it is happening in the backend, it is actually trying to um, export the database to to directly to the storage account, which is online. Okay, so both the ways, like you can in the demo, I'm just summarizing it. In the demo, what we did is we created the database. We created the SQL database, the Azure database as well. The server location was Azure. The database location was AZ365 XYZ dot database dot Windows dot net. And after creating, we have I have shown you to create a how we can create a simple database creation by normal creation, right clicking and creation. And also I have tried it, I've given you a demo that how we can restore the database backpack file on that, and same thing will be available on the Azure. I will just show you. I'll go to the my SQL server. Initially, we created the database. Um, yeah, so we created the database called org, and then we have restored this database. So restoration was done from my local drive, and now also we are into a demo wherein I was showing you that a database can also be um, directly exported to the blob storage. Okay, so this is my blob storage. Database might be writing. If it is not writing, okay, so I think once it is finished, then only you will get to know. Okay, so this is something it is extracting the schema. So this might take some time. So we will return over here quickly, and we will definitely see how this is getting generated. So in the backend, what happens is on the demo database, it should show us over here. Same way, if we have the demo database on the storage account already, or any database which is already there on the storage account, the the restoration will be faster, and also it will be a good thing that you are no none of the resources are being used on locally. Everything will be pointed on Azure um, storage account and Azure databases. Okay. So we need to wait when this is, yeah, so this is done and we will close it. Okay, so let me refresh it. Yes, so backpack file is restored on the, like it is copied to our Azure container and blob storage. So that's what's the demo. And I hope you like the video. If you liked, please comment, do share and like the video, and do subscribe it. And thank you for this. Uh, you have a great day ahead. Thank you very much. Bye bye.